this is another episode of People Like Us, a show designed to actually help bring you closer and more familiar to the world around you and the people around you. Of course, you know, we are who we are, you know who we are, but we're going to introduce you to everybody anyway. Over here, it's my co-host, lovely and beautiful, Tony Love Trower.
Welcome, welcome.
All right, and this gentleman right here, well, let me do myself first. I'm Brett Jolly. Thank you very much. And of course, this person over here may not be as lovely as Tony, but still.
That's for sure.
Yeah, okay. But we got him with us today, so I want you guys to please acknowledge Ray Williams.
Thank you.
All right, Ray, welcome to Delaware.
Well, thank you, Brett and Tony. I first want to say thanks to the Almighty for getting us here safe.
That's a good thing.
I next want to say thank you for my beautiful wife, Angel Heart.
Yes, and she's over there. What's say her name?
Cheryl.
There you go.
For driving me here, because I wanted to drive, but she wouldn't let me. So, you know.
I don't understand why she wouldn't allow you to
I
drive.
don't understand either.
And then
I can tell you, I can tell you probably drive as well as most of Philadelphia drivers.
Well,
I
do.
Okay.
And then, of course, last but certainly not least, I want to thank Brett and Tony for having me on the show. I feel like really honored to be here, and so yeah, I'm excited.
We appreciate that. We appreciate you,
Absolutely.
and we appreciate you both. We want to let people know, or you want to let people know, what it is you do, and you kind of start me from early. And
Well, I am a drummer. I started playing at the age of 3, and that's because one of my oldest brothers used to play, and I wanted to be like him and do what he did. And so when he wasn't around, I used to go play with his drums, and my parents were like, okay, well, let's get him lessons. And so they did. My brother showed me some things, and he showed me a couple things, and I just took off and ran with it. And I've been playing ever since. And I love doing what I do.
That's a beautiful thing. So what are some of the things that you have actually done?
Well, let's see.
Or the people you play with, if you want to do that.
Well, let's see. Well, first of all, for those of you that may or may not know, I am blind and have been from day one. I was a preemie, and I came in at 2 pounds, although to look at me now, you'd never know it.
Really? 2 pounds, huh?
2 pounds.
That's a miracle.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
2 pounds.
I think you've made up for some of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm adopted. So I went to a special school in Philly. Brett would know it. Overbrook School.
Oh yeah, not far from where I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's where I basically got my musical start. And so I, went through the whole curriculum, and then I went to Temple University as a music major.
I did not know that.
Yep, in jazz performance.
Wonderful. Wow.
I graduated in '85.
Beautiful.
And so, some of the people I've met, Billy Paul.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
Yeah, Mrs. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah,
Oh,
Stevie.
you're making me
That's
jealous.
good.
You're
Yeah.
gonna make Brett jealous.
Yeah. That's my hero.
I played with him, which is something my buddy over here hasn't done yet.
Yeah, I haven't done
you're
it.
gonna make Brett mad.
Came close twice and it never happened. So he's got something on me. That's all right.
Dexter Wansell, who I'm still friends with to this day.
Great guy.
Yeah, great guy. Played with him this summer.
Herb Smith, who you guys just did.
Yes, another great guy.
Amazing guitar player.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Grover Washington Jr.
Grover, yeah.
And let's see what else. I hate talking about myself, so this is uncomfortable, but it's okay.
You can do it for
Do
today.
tell.
We're fine.
Do tell.
I was nominated for a Grammy in '04.
Really?
Yes. I wrote a song with James Poyser
Mm-hmm.
and a couple of other people for Erica Badu
Oh my.
called
Great.
Danger. And
Really?
it's on her World Underground album.
I'm gonna have to listen to
Yes.
that again.
And you were part of you were there at the Grammy performance?
Yes.
Beautiful.
The drum track. They used the drum track that I did.
Wow.
And if you look under the writing credit, you'll see me as R.C. Williams, because that's what I was using back then.
Oh, I see.
And
Nice.
I think if that was the year that Outkast took everything for their album, Speaker Box.
Oh, yeah, I know that year he had a lot going on.
Yeah, and I think had they not, them and Beyonce
Mm-hmm.
took everything. I think had they, we might have won that.
Wow.
But it was just cool just to be nominated,
Of course.
so
Yeah,
I
because
went
that's a
out.
privilege that doesn't happen with everybody.
Absolutely. So I went and, I went to the show and hung out at the Grammys. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So that means you were there when Beyonce was performing.
Yeah.
Okay. How'd she look, Ray?
She looked great.
Okay, all right.
She
There you
looked
go.
fabulous. I mean, she looked amazing.
She was hot, huh?
Absolutely. I see why Jay-Z got with her.
Oh yeah.
She was hot then.
Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I have a question.
Yes.
How difficult was it for you to travel and to get into this business, being blind versus somebody with sight?
Tony, I'm going to tell you, I have had, it's been, how shall I say, it's been a blessing on one hand,
Okay.
and it's been frustrating on another hand, because, a lot of people automatically assumed that, okay, so you can't see. How are you going to play drums? How are you going to know when music starts and when music stops? Or, I mean, a lot of people assume that if you're blind, you either play a piano,
Okay.
you either play a saxophone, or you sing. Like, they've never come across drummers.
I knew when I saw you playing, I had never, it was rare.
Uh-huh.
I had never seen a blind drummer before.
And a lot of people haven't, and they're like, well, I don't know how you're going to be. Yeah. So then I have to go put people in their place.
Oh.
I love that. I love that kind of thing. So. And you've done it.
And then when it happens, they're like, oh my gosh, like, how do you do that? And I tell them, it's like, first of all, it's a gift from above, okay? And I never take that for granted, because one day it could be gone just like that.
That's so true.
So true.
And so I love doing what I do. And I love being able to, let people know that it's like, okay, so yeah. I mean, I may not have vision, but yeah.
You have your ears, and that's the
Absolutely.
main thing you need when it comes down to music.
And if the drums are set up the way I need them to be,
Right.
I'm good. That's why whenever I go play a drum set that I have never played before, I'll sit down at it and take a look at it and figure out where everything
Right.
is.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I figure that out, it's on. Let's go.
So do you have somebody specifically to set up your drum set, or
No.
do you do it yourself?
I do it myself.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, we had talked about the ear. Now, this is one thing I want to make sure I mention too. Ray, if I'm not mistaken, you're like me. You have perfect pitch.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Now, you have perfect pitch and you're a drummer.
Yes.
So have you ever thought or tangled with the idea of playing something like piano or bass?
I do. Well,
That was my next question. If you play any other instruments.
we
I took piano when I was younger because my mom wanted me to. And I hated it because I had to practice all the time. I'm like,
Oh,
look,
you sound
I
like
wanna-
somebody else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
want
did say
to.
that.
I want to play drums. I don't want to play piano. But I did it because she wanted me to, and then I got good at it, and then I started playing in church for choirs, you know, because, you know, the church I grew up in, we couldn't have drums. Now every church has them.
Really?
So yeah, I had to play piano, and but I haven't touched the piano in 30 years, guys.
Really?
Because, you know, I'm like, I hated it.
And
I'm like,
do you still hate it now?
ah,
I mean, if you think about it, right?
if
You know,
I,
if you have the there are not that many keyboard players
that's
left.
very true. Well, I don't have a piano in my house, but
So
I
if you
would,
got one, would you do it?
yes,
Oh, good. Okay, that's
yes,
good. Okay.
because I would use it mostly for writing, but I would get my chops back to the point that I could go out and play a gig.
Okay, you all hear that, right? So if you want to donate a piano to Ray Williams, you'll accept it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's
all
gotta
right.
be, it's gotta be in tune.
Gotta be in tune.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's
So
be
wait a
fun to
minute.
play
So
opposite
when you
piano.
say piano, does that mean you do have a keyboard, or you don't have a
I
keyboard?
don't have one,
Oh, okay.
but yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that's wow.
Yeah. But yeah, if I would get my chops back and go.
That's
do it.
good.
Absolutely.
And Ray, you sing as well, right?
I used to. I don't anymore because in 1997 I got a disease called myasthenia gravis.
Oh goodness.
And nobody knew what it was.
And we still don't.
And it's an autoimmune disease that affects your diaphragm. It affects your muscles.
Yes, it's hard to diagnose.
Oh
if
my
I
gosh,
remember
yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, and I didn't know what it was. And I went on tour with a blues guitar player. His name was Lonnie. Oh my gosh, what was Lonnie's last name? I cannot believe I can't remember his last
Not
name.
Lonnie Liston Smith, or
No,
okay.
he's an organ player.
Okay, I see. Okay, I was just saying.
And we went to Arkansas in the summer, and I got sick, and they had to fly me home, and I went directly from the airport to Jefferson Hospital.
Mm.
Lonnie Shields,
Oh, sure.
his
Okay.
name is.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew it would come to me eventually.
Okay.
And so I went through all these different courses of treatment where you do plasmapheresis, which is almost like dialysis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went through that. And that helped for a little while. And then they went and did this surgery where they open you up, they open your chest up and they take out, there's a gland we all have, it's called a thymus.
Mhm.
They went and removed it.
My friend has myasthenia gravis.
Okay.
So she went through this. This is the same thing that she did
Uh-huh.
back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they took that, and after that I went through 5 more courses of plasmapheresis, and I've been good ever since.
Oh, so you haven't had it's supposed to last like 6 months or something, right? Or a year or
Yeah, if you catch it in time, which according to the doctor,
Mhm.
they did.
oh, that's beautiful.
They caught it in time where I could have a complete recovery.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But because my diaphragm is as weak as it is, I can't sing
Mm.
and play at the same time.
Okay.
So I would much rather
So
concentrate on playing.
on the drums.
Yeah.
Your love,
Yeah.
Wow.
your first love.
But yes, I used to do that. When I was at Overbrook, we had a trio
Mhm.
of 3 blind guys, and we used to go on South Street and sing on the corner. And we made so much money, it was ridiculous.
If you out there have ever been on South Street and you've seen back in the day the 3 blind guys singing, then you know who this is.
So you've seen us?
I don't, but I'm just saying because
Yeah,
I lived briefly in Philadelphia back then.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't,
We were so good. We used to traffic. The cops would literally have to ride horses in the middle
oh
of.
my goodness.
Yeah,
That is-
because we had people lined up for
Wow.
blocks.
oh
to
my
see
So what
us.
stopped you?
I started playing more,
Okay.
and and now the other 2 guys that I used to sing with have passed away. They're both gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah. So I did. Yeah, I did that whole thing, and it was fun.
That sounds like
It
a lot of fun.
It was so much.
And you got made some money.
Major.
Wow.
Major, because we did that on South Street, and then we also did it on Chestnut Street over by Urban Outfitters, which is at 18th and Chestnut.
Oh my goodness.
And we would go hang out in front of Wanamaker's at 13th and Chestnut and sing there. Yeah, we were all over.
What did you guys have a name for your group?
Sound and Soul.
I love it. That's a great.
That's
Yeah,
awesome,
That's a
man.
great
That's really
name.
good.
Yeah.
So at this stage of your life, okay, I'm gonna throw this out there.
Yes.
Songwriting. Do you do that? Any of that?
Well, you know the one song I wrote because you helped me write it.
Well, I mean,
For
yeah,
Cheryl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And there's a story behind that.
Well, go ahead.
The story behind that is we used to get things for each other for Valentine's Day
Mm-hmm.
because we've been married since 2007.
Yeah.
And so she told me that I would never be able to outdo her as far as gifts go. And I'm like,
You don't tell her, Ray. You don't tell her.
so
Self-challenge.
so I wanted to write her a song. So I had my awesome friend Brett help me with that.
Well, that was great. I remember. I forget the song, but
You don't remember the name?
I don't remember.
I have it on
Ray
the
gave
disc.
me the
Yeah.
lyrics and stuff. He told me what
What's
he
the
wanted.
name of it? What was the name of it?
I don't
Ray?
even remember. I have it on the disc.
Sure, what was the name of it? The song.
I don't know.
Okay.
She can't remember the name of
Yeah.
it either.
I can't
Okay,
remember
we
it
gotta
either.
listen. We gotta listen to this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good thing, and and when he told me the results of it, you can let me know if I'm wrong or not. He said he put it in the CD player,
In the car.
and you had to pull over because you
Yep.
had to get the okay.
She got all kinds of emotional.
Oh.
Oh, that's just a beautiful thing.
I'm like,
That's
I won.
I won.
Well, it's a good thing, and they are a really great couple, and I was glad to be able to help out in that regard. Anytime you want to do it again, of course, naturally.
Oh, of course. So, but to answer your question, that's why I want a piano, so I can
Okay.
start doing that again.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can do that.
I miss it.
Yeah.
And there's a track called "Lift Up Your Hearts" that you can find on YouTube. It's under Jim Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
Jim and I wrote it, and Jim used it. We wrote it after the passing of Ronnie Baker.
Okay.
He came to James. I was over at PIR,
Mm-hmm.
and he was working on this track. I said, I got some really good gospel chords that'll fit this. And he goes, okay, help me out with this, and you'll get writing credit. So I did.
Alright.
The track is on. It's called "Light in the Dark"
Mm-hmm.
by Jim Gallagher. It's an album, and Billy Paul sang it.
Really?
And I used it 12 years ago when my mom passed. We used it at her service,
Okay.
and it's a great track.
That is beautiful.
It's a great track.
Well, I'd love to see you get more into it. To be honest
I
with
would
you,
love.
all you have to do is basically get
It's,
into
and it's
software.
not too late.
It's not too late.
No, I would love to get back into the groove of writing because I miss it.
Well, you should.
I miss it.
I'm sure you can get Cheryl to help you because I'm sure she can write a whole lot of stuff. And
You know. And so yeah, so there's that.
Wow. And I do have a question.
Yes.
I want to know what was your big break, like to be able to get out there and work with the big artists. How did you get that break? Because a lot of people want a break like that.
Well, we're going back to my buddy Jim Gallagher,
Mm-hmm.
who introduced me to Stevie.
Wow.
Because at the time,
yeah.
Jim was living in Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
Jim is, he's retired now, but he was a engineer for Philadelphia International
Okay.
Records.
Mm-hmm.
And then he moved to LA and started doing his thing out there, and him and Steve got really tight. And so he introduced me to him.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time of the introduction, Steve was using Philly guys in his group.
Mhm.
He had uh, Michael Sembello
Mm-hmm.
and Ben Bridges
Okay.
in the group at the same time. Two amazing guitar players.
Wow.
And then, so I got to play with them. And that's how that whole thing happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That is what young entertainers and singers and songwriters like just like wish for a chance like that. It doesn't seem like it happens very often anymore. You know,
Yeah.
where people just can walk. You know, be discovered just by a introduction. You know.
Yeah, that's very true.
And go ahead.
Do you have any advice for any young or any people that are entertainers or musicians, and you know whether they have a handicap or a not handicap? Is the advice pretty much would it be different for either of them, or would it be about the same?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to come at this from a blind person's perspective.
Okay.
One of the things I really stress to people when I talk to them and they ask me that question, I'm like, well, there's two things that have to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get your education.
Mm-hmm.
That's the important thing. The other thing is, if you are a blind person trying to get into this industry, the more you know about the technology that's available to you, the better off you're going to be. For example, Braille music is very important, which is, you know, very similar to if you're a sighted person reading a score.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can get that same score, whatever the piece is, you can get it in Braille.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes,
I don't know either.
there's Braille music. There's Braille music technology. A buddy of mine has a company called Dancing Dots,
That's cute.
who's also a blind person. He's a trumpet player, and he went to then it was Philadelphia College of Performing Arts. Now it's closed because they just recently shut down.
Okay.
But he started this company that does Braille music technology, and now you can get this stuff that if you're playing a score on a piano, as you're playing it, it turns it into Braille music.
Wow.
And then you can take that Braille music, put it in a printer, and make a regular
And
printed
the raised printer, right? Like it makes the dots
dots,
raised.
yeah.
Wow.
Or you can take that same software and make a regular music score that a sighted person would use.
Oh, like in reverse.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
He did that for Ray Charles before Ray passed, and Ray Charles loved it.
Wow.
That is amazing.
So the technology is good these days. It really is.
Well, that's awesome.
How about back in the day before they had the technology? How difficult was it? I mean, how did you get
Well,
your scores?
I would have.
You have perfect pitch, so.
Yeah, but when I was at Temple, I was in orchestra, and I was the timpani player. And guys used to be mad at me because I could tune timpani just like this. They're like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, I use my ears.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I would have to get my parts done in. I would send them out to the Library of Congress in D.C. and they would take the printed score, put it in Braille, and that took time.
Wow.
You know, it would take weeks.
So they were the only ones doing that at that time.
At the
for
time,
people.
yes, yes.
That is.
So they would they would send my scores back to me, and I would, you know, read a line, memorize it, read a part, memorize it. Or I would have some guys in the percussion section put down whatever parts I needed for orchestra.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So
that's
between the two,
a lot.
yeah, between the two, it's
So they had no technology back then.
no,
Nothing to help
Nope.
you. Nothing to help you. Got
No.
it. Oh wow.
no. You had to send all that stuff out weeks ahead of time.
I guess we could be thankful to the government for trying to do something.
Yeah,
You know.
you know.
Listen,
But now it's like I said, now the technology is there and kids are using it.
Wow, I
You know,
love it.
Kids are using it.
Well,
and-
you know what? Now, people that maybe did not know about the technology or know enough about the technology from watching this interview.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, Bill's gonna love me for this. If you go to dancingdots.com, you can see all the technology that's out,
I love it.
that's available.
Beautiful. That's great. That's
And
excellent.
you can see there's people. There's a list of people on the website that are using it, like Raul Madone, who is an amazing guitar player.
Okay.
Marcus Roberts,
Okay.
who's a great jazz piano player who played with Marsalis. All these guys are using it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I'm gonna tell you this has been like really great. Makes me think we should do another part of
Do a
this.
part-
oh, this
two.
can't be over. I'm just getting warmed up.
Believe it or not. But the thing about and also too, we let people know you're not really from this area here. You just happen to be up here.
Well, yes, I am. I'm a Philly guy all the way through. Man.
I understand.
I just moved to Florida 7 years ago because a music opportunity opened up.
Okay, well, I understand.
So that's why I'm down there. But I'm always Philly.
Well, we might catch you the next time you come back
You
up
have to
because
know where
the
the
one thing
music
about it
is.
is this
Yeah.
was absolutely great, and we really appreciate
Yeah, I didn't get a
it.
chance to talk about my skydiving and all that stuff.
Skydiving?
Yes.
Okay.
Parachute jumping.
That sounds like another thing.
Well,
for
that's a
another
part.
day.
That's absolutely a part two.
That'll be
Oh,
part
yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Let's hope he doesn't do it again before the next part two comes up.
No, I just but there's a crazy side of me.
Of
that,
course.
Yeah, if
we
you go
are.
skydiving. Well, at least one
because-
thing, you can't see how bad it is if the chute doesn't open.
You know what?
Yeah, that's
please-
called free fall.
Yeah, you got
Been
that
there,
right.
done
Yeah,
that.
yeah, okay,
Please
all right,
do
all
not
right.
send us angry emails
Yeah,
please don't.
about Brett's jokes, but they joke like that with all the time.
Yeah, we go through it all the time.
Been there,
I have
done that.
nothing but love for this man, and it's absolutely great. We want to let you guys know this has truly been a great time here. We want to thank you, Ray,
Absolutely.
for coming up and being able to do this with us.
I loved it. Anytime you guys need me, I'm just
Well, this
playing right away.
This is people like us, designed to basically bring people together, unify the world community, to each other through acknowledgement and education. And I want to again thank my lovely co-host Tony Trower.
Yes.
Yeah, she's great. She's absolutely great. A matter of fact, you know what? Before we get out of here, you got anything you want to say?
Yes, I do. If you like what you see here, please click the like button, and subscribe and share.
There you go. Sounds like good advice to me. And Ray, even though you're not as lovely as Tony, you got anything you want to say?
Like I said, thank you guys for having me. This was way fun and it went way too fast.
I know it always
Yeah.
does.
Way too fast.
Fun is
Yeah, it
always
always does. That's
and,
all
gone
right.
just like that.
But
Yeah.
this is you guys are amazing people. I love you both, and thanks for having me. This
You're
was
welcome.
fun.
Thank you very much. This is Brett Jolly. Thank you again for checking us out. People like us, we will see you next time.